AMSA. I'm just a volunteer helping out today. This is Dr. Andreas Toupadakis. He's a professor here at UCDavis, teaching general chemistry and peak chemistry, and he's been doing that for 5 years. A lot of laboratory chemistry experience and teaching for, 15 years, but 5 years at Yale so far. So a long time, seen a lot of different students and has a lot of good insight and a lot of recommendations. So let's give him a nice introduction and hear what he has to say.
Well, we're going to do the same thing again, right? 4 times. But there's going to be a better way to do it, I guess, because it's otherwise then presenters are not going to be easy for them to count 4 times. So we'll have to do it that way, right? I'm going to try to perhaps give you now different things, because hopefully there will be on a place online to watch the conference announcement, whatever. Maybe they will open up some space there to put the videos or handouts. So we'll have a chance to all hear the same things in a different way, different questions. Maybe it will be worth listening to all the 4 presentations today about this matter. If you have time, right? Well, maybe we'll do it better this time, right? More effectively, right? Well, the first question I would like to ask is, a few people, why did you come to this workshop? What's the reason? What did you come to learn? So who would like to volunteer? Give me your first name.
Hi, my name is Amber, and I've been in employment classes before.
You've been a student of mine?
Yeah,
Okay.
so, but I come here to learn about how to network with faculty, especially at large universities, because I am biased, I do the UCDavis, but especially at large universities where it might not be as personal, and sometimes, like, you'll be sending a large class of like a 500 or something, you go up to the teacher and they'll be like, well, I really don't know you when you're an A or a really good grade in the class. Right, so that's why I came, and to how to connect, how to get that more in-depth, kind of internship and more in-depth, that personal assistance.
Yes, that's one of perhaps, as my presenter here was talking just a few minutes ago for me to emphasize that kind of part. How to build that intimate relationship, to be able to, your professor to know who you are, your ability, your skills, to feel comfortable to talk about you and to talk correctly, right? That's very important. Okay, somebody else?
My name's Sean. I wanted to hear a little bit more about the details, maybe makes a good letter of recommendation for
Yes.
the faculty member. I'm lucky that I go to Tech State, and we don't have large class sizes, so it's not difficult for me to fill like teachers. But if I was able to maybe influence some of the things the teacher wrote in my letter of recommendation, make it better for the better.
I would say not influence, but to give him a clear idea of who you really are. Because if he doesn't know you, even if you're good and you have good abilities and skills, if he doesn't know them, he will not present them, right? So it's not influencing, kind of in a good way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the theory? Take one more. So tell us what you want to get from this workshop. Who will volunteer?
So my name is Tan.
First name?
Tan.
Tan?
Yeah. I'm a first-year practice student to UC Berkeley.
Yes.
You're
a first-year student?
Yeah.
At UC Berkeley?
So I only had like 2 years to get to know all the faculty in UC Berkeley. I don't know how you get to know them.
Right. Okay. We're going to see that all stars are good. At the end of the class is good. There's different ways. If the attitude is there, you just need a little bit push, guidance, and it works fine. It's not a problem. But of course, you have to overcome sometimes shyness and things like that, right? So we'll try to do as much as we can within 50 minutes here. Okay, so we see that different people have different needs, different questions, They want to see different things about how to really secure a positive recommendation letter, and that is because each one of you, each one of us has a different background, has different personality, has different background, and the needs are different, right? But more or less, I'm going to cover a bunch of ways that perhaps they can fulfill your needs of how to secure a positive letter of recommendation for medical school or for any other school, or after you graduate from the professional school and you go and you ask a recommendation from your boss to go from one state to another state, or from another job to another job. How many people are here, they try to go to medical school? Let me see your hands. So most of you, basically, 80% or something. So like I said, it doesn't really matter. This can be applied to any kind of recommendation letter for any school. So the purpose of this workshop is to help you to accomplish this goal, right? There is many ways we can do things wrong, and there are very few ways we can do it right. And like I was saying before, I introduced this workshop with reading a couple of letters I just had this week. 2 requests for a recommendation letter I got, 2 days ago, one this morning, and one of them is completely the wrong way to ask for a recommendation letter. The other one is a better way, but not really exactly the best way you can do it. So let's see. The first letter says, "Dear Professor Toupadakis, my name is blah blah. I took your class, this class during fall quarter 2012, which I really enjoyed. I recently decided to take the plunge and apply to nursing school. The program I'm looking at complements both my undergraduate work and things I've learned and done since then. Your recommendation is vital to my admission. I was hoping you would be willing to do that favor." Is that a favor? "By writing a recommendation, letter of recommendation to the programs I'm interested in. The deadline is 2 months away. Let me know what you think, and I'll tell you all the details. My purpose here is I will be useful. I would have been useful today to you today here. When you write a letter asking for a letter of recommendation to your professor, you will not write this letter. You will write a much better letter than this. Okay? To be able to do that, we'll see what we can follow to really be able to do that. Why it's not a good letter? I'll tell you why it's not a good letter right away. We get a form from every university we apply. It doesn't matter what the university is, a very similar form like this one. Besides the letter of recommendation that we will be sending to the school. And this form needs to be filled in by your recommender and is asking this kind of questions for completion by evaluator. In what capacity have you been associated with a student? Laboratory, lecture, seminar, academic advising, socially, not acquainted, other specified. How well do you know the applicant? Very well, fairly well, slightly. What do we do with this letter? I don't remember the student. I have 800 students every quarter, and I'm pretty sure other professors have, maybe not as many because I'm teaching, and I'm not doing research at this point of my life. I'm doing only teaching, and I do it full time, so perhaps I have a lot of students, more than the average professor, but usually professors will have hundreds of students, How can they remember? Unless you do something about it so they can remember you. Right? I don't remember the student at all. If that student had sent me a picture, maybe I would recall the face if that student had showed up in my office hours. I'm pretty sure I would recall that face. But still, so what? Well, it's a pretty face, or it's not a pretty... I mean, what can I do? What am I going to say in the recommendation letter? That's a handsome man or a beautiful lady. I don't know anything about you. I recalled you. You came a few times in my office hours, but I don't know anything about you. So then, what am I going to do? How long have I known the applicant? Should I say 1 year because she took a whole year of 3 classes with me, or 2 months because of 3 months she took a class with me? So that doesn't matter. I don't know the person.